Hi, hello, and welcome to another brand spanking new episode of Bad TV. I'm Dylan, that's Pat.
Permission to come aboard.
Granted, what is going on?
Not much. Just hanging in there.
What was that?
What do you mean?
What was that neighborly character you just went into?
Oh, well.
Not much.
Well,
just kind of hanging out.
Well, it's kind of silly because before we turn the mics on, Dylan and I catch up with each other and chat.
Yeah.
So he clearly already knows what's going on in my life. So I can't fake it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. We just got back from the ENT, one of the saddest waiting rooms I've been in a while. We were going to get my daughter's tongue cut, and there was this door, the loudest slamming door over and over and over again. People walking in, the door slamming, people walking in, the door slamming. I mean, people complaining about how many pages there were on the intake form. There was a woman with a child who was an hour. They were an hour late. There were people that didn't speak English. There was a woman in a wheelchair. I think she was dead. I don't know why she was there because you can't really do anything to the ear, nose, and throat of a fucking dead person. But I was like, we got to get the fuck out of here.
It's funny you say that because I have a parent friend, another parent that I think I might be friends with. I'm taking him golf. He is, in fact, a nurse, and he's been sharing some of his
horror stories.
Yes, and he's like, he's just over it, and that's why I'm going to take him golfing next Saturday.
Okay, that's fun.
And he was telling me, he's like, I don't like the hospital anymore. They're telling me to do things that I don't like doing anymore. And I'll have a patient staring at me going, hey, what's next, nurse? And he's like, well, I'm going to give you this drug so it doesn't hurt that much. And, you know, you have diabetes. So the next step is you're going to die. But I can't say that to
diabetes is always fatal because, you know, these fatties can't stop. Anyways, this is Below Deck. You would, if you're a first-time listener, you'd be like, is it? It is. We're here to break down. I got to tell you, this door.
Yeah.
I got up and I started door monitoring. My wife took a video. Everyone that came in, I grabbed the door handle and I softly shut it. Probably did it 17 times.
Well, probably took your mind off of, worrying too much.
Yeah, a little Lucy. Yeah. The CNT. There's no blood. What are you talking about? There's blood all over the place. Anyways, okay, patreon.com/another podcast network for Two Dads, One Heart. 5-star kind words. We've got some great 5-star reviews to kind of counterbalance the 1 stars.
Recent ones.
Oh, yeah, recent ones. We really appreciate it. So while Pat makes some more announcements, I will find one and then we'll read it.
Also, we have a great sponsor this episode, Via.
Oh,
yeah. So you're going to do the ad read for this one, Deli?
Yeah, I'll do the ad read for this one because I'm an actually massive fan of this one. And I, with a tail between my legs, said, hey, you know what?
Can you send us more free product?
Can I get a little more pot, please? Because I like Via.
Let me tell you something about this company as far as gummies and whatnot. They don't hide the ball. They want you to get high.
Well, or they want you to get chill because unbeknownst to me, I mean, the things taste so goddamn good, right? I popped one during a conference call at the house. I'm driving over to this bloodbath we're about to go into, you know, this sad waiting room. And I realize I'm pretty there. But you know what? In a stressful situation, the CBD and the 2 milligrams of THC were just enough to keep me cool, collected, and light. You know, that's what we need in a situation like that. The wife's freaking out. Let's make some jokes, right? My baby's head, she has a lot of hair on the back, and her alter ego is Trey Reynolds. She looks like a balding CPA in the back. So we were just kind of riffing with that. But anyways, Vi is great. We'll talk about it later.
There you go.
Any more announcements?
We are starting our coverage of Real Housewives of Orange County. I've watched the first episode. It's phenomenal. There's a character on there, if you're not familiar with the show, but you should definitely hear our recaps of it, named Katie. Katie is a sleazebag.
Oh, is she back?
First
my
episode.
gosh.
The daggers are out for her. She's getting it from every direction.
Didn't she run somebody over with a car and be like, I got to go home and not sure why people have a problem with it or something?
Well, actually, she falsely accused another person of hitting her car, screaming at her when it was the exact opposite.
Oh, got it.
And then didn't show up to court and then ended up having like a warrant out for her arrest.
She's a real dirtbag. She's a real fucking dirtbag. You know, I've been watching a lot of old New York, just reminiscing. Luann's statement necklaces are some of the most...
Oh, darling, I love those so much.
She is wearing full-on Comanche, like war regalia. Just going out to the Upper East Side. It's absolutely insane.
Another time.
All right, so 5-star from Red Grime. Red Girl Me. F the 1 stars. Love these guys, so funny. Now that's a perfect review,
Yes,
right?
it is.
We don't need you guys to take a lot of time on this stuff.
Brevity is the soul of wit.
Here's another one. Great fun escape from Triplets 3 and 1. Funny comments, ad. Great comments about my favorite reality show. Best escape in these dark days, especially Tom Leykis' classic 90s LA reference. Now, that was either written by a actual Filipino or a chatbot. And I'm not saying that the ones in America aren't Filipinos.
Right.
I'm just saying,
Well, who'd be paying the chatbots,
Right, exactly. Okay, so let's get into it. This was episode 6
of
Below Deck OG. What did you think? What are your pots? What are your knots?
Well, first, I should have done a little more housekeeping at the top of the show. I'm in touch with Captain Kerry. He is coming on the show.
Oh, great. I love
And so
Kerry.
get in our Facebook group if you haven't already. We always use your questions because I'm too lazy to put them together, and you guys always do a wonderful job. Secondly, we're going to have Barbie in studio the first week of August. So once again, get in that Facebook group. I know a lot of you want to deal with Barbie.
Unbeknownst to me, I mean, what a crazy announcement. I don't have a problem with Barbie coming in, okay? But I would hope that if any of you have businesses that you're starting and you want to go into partnership, you don't partner with somebody like Pat, who just springs these crazy Argentines on you out of absolutely nowhere. You have no idea that they're coming in. But listen, that's going to be... Did you talk to Scottish, or are we all good?
We're
all
cool,
right,
man.
Okay, all right. What do you think of the episode, the thoughts and the pots and the knots?
Okay. I thought this was a good episode because what do I always say about what makes good reality TV, Dylan?
Sex.
No.
Damn it.
People we hate.
Yep.
We have charter guests.
Right.
We have Jackass, what is his name? Jackass Jason.
Jackass.
And Demon Dawn.
JJ.
I despise these two human beings.
Dawn is such an odd name because it sounds beautiful. The word is beautiful. But I got to tell you, I've damn near never seen a Dawn or met a Dawn I liked. They've always got a freaking gerbil up their tush.
Is that right?
I think.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there was some highlights here. One was the party that Frasier has to pull off, which is a music festival on the dock.
Yeah, I love the event coordinator.
I love him.
he was cutting up conch in a stand and overheard Frasier talking about needing to throw a concert. He was like, I can do all this.
I can do all this. Now, I like the cut of that man's jib.
Oh, yeah.
I think he is going to pull it off. And let me tell you something. When you got 20K USD floating there on the island, you can pull off a hell of a music festival. I mean, we're talking better than Firefest.
How much did they pay again?
20 grand has been allocated for this music festival. Are you kidding me? Dylan and I used to do this in our sleep. We'd have 500, 600 people show up. We had Offspring play.
Frick, yeah.
Yeah.
Frick, yeah.
Dude, it's nothing, dude.
I remember, and I've noted that this reminded me of the Corolla Drinks barbecues that we used to throw. And I remember getting the rider for Green Day. And
Offspring,
excuse me.
I fucked up on that. Are you going to point out how I
No. But because Pat did fuck up, I wasn't even going to bring it up. I wasn't going to even bring it up.
No, it's fine.
That's not part of the tapestry of the story in my head, okay?
So the manager of Offspring sends me their rider, and I copy-pasted it as I used to do when I didn't understand how phones or copy-paste worked.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was 5 years ago, okay?
Patrick, there's no hatchet anywhere, okay? Which, by the way, watch The Patriot on July 4th. I mean, my God.
It's a well-done movie.
And now he's a problematic man, But I would say if you're still listening to Kanye West, I can watch a Mel Gibson movie, okay? I'm not a fan of the guy. Anyway, so we didn't have a writer, so I took it upon myself to just get what I thought was good. And they were like, what the fuck is this? I was like, what are you talking about? It's a pois. It's incredible cheese. They're like, we didn't ask for that. I was like... What did you ask for?
19 bottles of Voo champagne, and they drank all of it when it finally did arrive. I've never seen a band drink that much before they hit the stage.
All right, how many pots, how many knots?
Okay, I'm trying to think if there was anything else worthy here. Oh, it was kind of fun seeing Ole get the ick.
Oh, yeah, Lesbos. Oh, I thought you were talking about Lesbos stuff.
Yeah. So I kind of am.
Yeah.
All in all, pretty good episode. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it 42 knots.
Okay, yeah, real good episode. What do I say? Always makes a really good season.
Sea rats having sex?
Love triangles. Mm-hmm. We've got a wicked one. One that fits a generation. A cool triangle. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Wait.
Jess is cool. Scottish is cool. Cirque du Soleil's this French Love Island hopping all over the place. You know, the Peter Pan. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic stuff. These people are dirtbags, okay? Absolute dirtbags. And when you think about the kind of wealth that can come from the franchisees of strip joints, their profit margins are coming out of those ladies' pockets, okay? And to me, listen, if you want to not pay your poultry slaughterers or whatever, well, that's your prerogative. It's gross. But to take money out of the thongs of strippers and go on vacay like this, repulsive.
Yeah.
Repulsive.
And I'm talking to you, charter guest, Jason, you scumbag. For you to have an opinion on where a spoon should be placed on a table.
Yeah.
Let's remind the audience, your business has women show their vagina for $2.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, so fuck off.
I don't know about $2, you know. Jesus. Fucking Jesus. Saves. Sorry. Let's get into the show. I give it 0 pots just because of the wealth disparity.
All right. I give it. I shouldn't deduct points because I don't like Demon Dawn.
Yeah. We don't really like strip clubs either.
I hate strip clubs. They make me depressed. They do the exact opposite they're supposed to do to me.
They make you depressed.
Very.
All right. Take it easy. So, Kawau fired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a good bloke, though.
He's a good bloke. But Captain Kerry says, "You don't thrive in here, mate. You're just surviving." That was more of a Beatles impression than a Kerry impression, but that's what he says to Kawau, and he is terminated. Damo says that it's not surprising at all.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Captain Kerry continues by, on the brighter side, he says to KO, Kawau, whatever his name is, who cares, he's gone, that he's going to be very successful in the industry, and he also believes in him. Except not really, because he's firing your ass. And the one true thing that he said was that you're a good bloke, because you are. You are.
Yeah, you're a great guy. But he doesn't believe in you.
Not at all.
And he only thinks that you're going to, and I don't mean to speak ill of the industry, but he only believes that you're going to be a success in the industry because who can't be? You know what I mean? I mean, what kind of person can't do this?
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Well, as you jumped ahead, Dill, I think you were referring to when KO made his rounds around the boat to say his goodbyes.
Yeah.
And it was nice of the entire crew to go out to the dock to see him off.
Yeah.
And then once he was out of sight, they all said, whew. I thought he was going to fucking kill us. Glad he's gone.
Yeah.
Should have been sooner, actually.
Yeah, that's a weird bit because when I think of him, I don't think of serial killer.
No.
Norman Bates.
It was going through that goddamn bridge, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, he almost killed us.
Yeah. No, that's a super good point. And Damo's like, well, this is not surprising. What is up with this guy? They've got a freaking, a golden loom here, I feel like, and they're just not using him.
Yeah.
He's maybe not every bit as weird as, who was the weirdo?
Daffodil. I let the casting people of the show know, that was a real misstep.
So Damo is a little bit like Daffodil, and obviously not as weird, I married a horse in Algeria when I was, it's like, what are you even fucking talking about?
I don't think sailing has gotten renewed yet.
Though, I mean,
I'm sure it will because I love Captain Glenn. But
what would the world would cease to spin?
what am I going to do with 3 months of my life in the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
Now, Dill, I want to talk about the casting choice for Kawau.
Yeah.
Okay. Clearly, this was a casting choice to watch him trip up or have him step up to the challenge.
For sure. I mean, you have to know this as a sea rat, and really anybody who's being cast by some wide-grinned, veneered producer in reality television, you may be chum. So,
On the brighter side, he'll have more time to play that goddamn guitar.
Every day is a school day, Kawau says. Love It Scottish is coming on to Love Island. And Tom, what does Scottish need to do to secure the bag? Tom, what does he need to do?
I'll tell you what he has to do, dear, okay? Is he needs to treat her like dirt. Yes. Yeah. He needs to make her think that she's a used Kleenex and he should just throw it on the floor, dear.
This is how women work. This is how they work. Is he dead?
No, he's retired. I've reached out to him. He has not responded.
God.
I was shocked that he didn't respond. I was trying to get him on the Adam Carolla show.
I would love to talk to Tom. I'd be like, the craziest thing about you is you look like a lizard.
Let me say this.
Right.
You can stop right there, bitch.
Yeah.
I know I'm hideous, but I have money, you see.
Yeah, it's this crazy thing where I'd want to know from Tom. It wouldn't really be about how stupid and smelly women are. It would be more about how to find inner confidence, right? Because for someone to look like the monster in Mulholland Drive and be that confident, I want to know what that special sauce is.
He got his balls busted quite a bit because people would see him out and they'd post the pictures of the girls that he was on dates with. Let's just say they weren't. They weren't tens. No.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, yeah, a lot of Dawns in Tom Leykis's lineup.
So Kyle tries to get a little lovin' in the galley with
I'm not
Ole
saying
Soleil.
Dawn's not beautiful. I'm just saying, trash.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, this little minx is starting to think she's got a stage 5 clinger on her hands.
Yep.
And that's where the ick begins to set in.
Yep. So they head out. Before they do, Jess has a little oyster, says that it tastes like pussy.
Yeah. Hey, Jess, don't date girls that cook bread in their cooch, okay?
Okay,
I don't have
Jesus
problems
Christ,
like that.
man. Hey, what I was going to say was someone saying that the oyster tastes like pussy is really no indication of the quality of the oyster, right? Oysters, depending on where they're coming from.
A fresh oyster?
Taste like
it's beautiful.
They taste like there's an entire spectrum of sensorial overload with those kind of sludgy
Basically,
things.
what Dylan's trying to say is, Jess, what you described to us was nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. So we head out to dinner. She does get the ick, Love Island, and they raise a spritz to KO. And Rainbow talks about how she's very good at letting her emotions fly, and this is because she lost the regulator when she killed her sisters on Fight Island. If you slaughter your entire family because they will kill you otherwise, you will not be able to regulate your emotions. It's an impossibility.
I want to say this. When she stood up and announced this at that table, it was kind of out of place. But to be fair, standing over your sister holding a rock saying, I have to finish you, would make anyone an emotional person.
Yeah.
And shut off to the world.
Yeah, absolutely. So pretty fucking crazy twist. We hit the Rainbow Cafe. And Scottish loses his girl to Jess. Wow.
Yeah. Well, Kyle won't take no for an answer, so Ole, Soleil, and Jesse.
Kyle's been actually terminated from the boat. You can't be speaking of Kyle.
I said Kyle.
Oh, Kyle. Okay,
Kyle.
sorry.
I know. I get so mad at that they cast 2 people with similar names.
Yeah.
Well, they go in for a makeout session, and I've mentioned this on the podcast. I can't do it in a public restroom. A home bathroom, completely different story. The height of sink counters were designed for boinking.
It's so crazy to me that people, canoe. What is it? Canoed and you fucking spit on each other. Like, what are you doing?
People smoke cigarettes in bathrooms. It's disgusting.
What is anybody doing in any bathroom? It's where you poo poo.
I told a story. I'll share it again. It won't be crass. I went into a bathroom at a bar called Cabo Cantina. A beautiful young girl followed me in there. She said, "Can I go pee-pee in here?" I said, "No problem at all." I hit the urinal.
Yeah.
We're both washing our hands. We start making out, and I'm going to leave it there. No, she wants to do a little bit more, and I could not do it, dear.
Yeah, my God.
No, thank you.
God
no,
damn.
thank you.
It was like a Listerine ad in Maxim magazine or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of fucking Dentine Ice commercial look did you two share with each other at the fucking sink? Oh my God. So stupid.
I know.
All right, so we head home.
Well, I was going to say, upon leaving the bathroom, I believe Olay Soleil and Jess had a pact of secrecy to what had
Very
just gone
loose. I would say it's a loose spec.
Well, I'd say they hit that dance floor and it's fucking showtime.
Oh, yeah,
was a good time.
exactly. Curtains peel back. We head home, and the guys lost their shirts somehow. They bond like the Lost Boys on the dock, and Kyle is really down in the dumps. He says that he's done it again. He's a bad judge of character. I mean, he's really beating the shit out of himself. And I'm like, what happened to guys being, like, tight?
All right, I'm going to help Kyle out here. Kyle,
She's doing lesbo stuff. That's tight.
that's tight. And also, Kyle, I hung out with you. I know what kind of girls you're into. Go find a nice girl at church. There's sluts there, too.
What?
Meet a nice girl at church. That's where people used to meet, Dylan. Church and the grocery store, I think, were the number two.
Can I say something?
Oh, maybe a wedding.
You are bugging me out right now.
What do you mean?
With this whole Clint Eastwood act. You can meet sluts at church. Goddamn problems. There's too many fucking monks. I don't even know where they come from. What is Laos?
Well, I'm just saying there's fun girls at church, too. There's all this repressed, sexual stuff.
Yeah. The best place to look for girls?
Where?
When you're not looking.
Oh.
That's the best.
Or a gay bar.
Yeah. AA meeting.
Yeah.
Yep. Sex and love meetings probably the best.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine bothering a woman at the grocery store?
Well, you just go, "Oh, are those fresh apples?"
You go, "Oh, are those fresh apples?"
I don't know.
Because let me tell you how that would go.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm going to go find my mommy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Did you get the hot hummus? Is that?
I heard it's good.
I've heard that's good. Mm-hmm. Where'd you hear that from?
On our next PMZ, I found who the oldest guy to ever sire a child was. He's from Australia,
Yeah.
He's an Aussie. And he fucking met a girl on a dating site when he was 93 and 10 months. And he got her pregnant.
Yeah.
Way to go. And he gave that kid the best 8 years of his life. And then he died.
Yeah.
Because that's what 100-year-old men do. They just die.
Yeah.
What did he die of?
Earth.
Earth.
Yeah. Earth.
Time.
Yeah. I'm hung up on the whole hitting on people at the grocery store. Now you're getting whole milk. I can't touch this stuff. I'll shit my pants.
Oh my God, me too. Want to go for coffee?
Yeah.
Well, it has milk there.
Yeah. I'll go for black coffee. All right, next morning. But
Next
before
morning.
we get there, let's talk about an amazing company.
Yeah.
An amazing
I love this
company.
sponsor.
Via is as we said, it's a great company.
Absolutely, Dylan.
It's an industry leader. Over 500,000 customers have been served by Via, and not legally. Via doesn't show up to your house and go, "You've been served."
Oh no. Oh yeah. No.
The package arrives at your house, and you're like, "Oh my god!"
You just go to their website and order it, and then it shows up to your house.
Unlock the power of nature with Via's organic and vegan hemp extracts, perfect for relaxation and rejuvenation. Via is the only lifestyle hemp brand. They use compounds found in hemp along with active plant extracts to create products, each with a specific effect in mind. Whether you want to get better sleep, ease anxiety, enhance your mood, or just get high, they've got something for you. I guess today what happened to me, my anxiety was completely relieved because I took a little Dream 2 milligram gummy. It was a perfect thing to just, the anxiety of the situation just completely dissipated. And you know, it's an ad, so we always say they're great, but I really do. I reached out to them and I said, can I get more?
I was on that email.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, they're going to think he's a stoner.
And that's who they're here to help. That's who they're here to serve. Their products range from 0 mg to 100 milligrams of THC. So these guys have you covered whether you're looking to microdose or enjoy more potent effects. 100 mgs, I'd say that's more potent.
Oh, yes, it is, sir.
Wow, holy smoking. 4th of July every day in my head. If you're 21 and over, check out the link to Via in our description and use the code BADTV to receive 15% off and free shipping on orders over $100. And if you're new to Via, you'll get a free gift of your choice. After you purchase, they ask you, you know, this is how the dispensorial marijuana industry used to work, right? When it was small fry, independent mom and pop shops, you would go in, you would sign up, you would get stuff. They'd go, do you want something free? Now everything's an Apple store. They're like, that'll be $700. You're like, I didn't even get anything. And they're like, it's just the fee to walk in. Not with Via. Okay. When you are checking out, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Enhance your everyday with Via. Okay, moving on.
Next morning, new bosun arrives. His name is Hugo. And
Yes.
he's going to be the crew's new boss. So I'm going to nickname him Hugo Boss.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Kyle, before we get to Hugo, he takes an emotional break because of the stress of Selene. And Damo's like, I don't think he's doing well. You know, he's really busted up about this stuff. And he's in the bathroom. He says his heart is doing backflips. And I think it's less being heartsick and more that he's still wasted from the night before. He's about to throw up.
Yeah. That's anxiety.
Yeah, so-
That was pointed out to me by our former co-host. Because I was always wondering why I was waking up literally every day anxious.
Yeah, you were drunk.
Yeah, I was hungover.
Yeah. So we get to some sea rat history with Hugo Boss. Very cute baby pic. Big fat baby. He's going to put the boat first, and he seems like a very serious chap.
Yes. So just to review C-Rat history, parents have big expectations. He's worked in the industry for 9 years, which leaves a very important question. Why is he in this industry, and what is he running away from?
Yeah, of course. And we've been talking about it all season. We don't want a plastic shovel. We want an excavator. How am I going to burst the pipes with a plastic fucking shovel? Okay, let's get to it. It's time for the preference sheet meeting. All right, so
First thought here, Dylan. First thought here. Was production running ads on Pornhub? What's with all the sex industry guests? We had porn stars last episode.
Yeah.
We have people that own strip clubs here. Who's coming on next, Charter? The inventor of the double-sided dildo? This is ridiculous.
You know, he just got in a Hollywood star.
Is that right?
The guy from Requiem for a Dream.
Wow. He invented the double-sided dildo?
No, I just always think about that scene when I think about double-sided dildos. Wow. Who's that guy? What's that guy?
The guy who wrote the film sued me like 20 years ago.
I'm not talking about that guy. Oh. Who's the guy? The black guy, big black guy.
Was he Damon Wayans? Because he's in it.
No, you know what? Actually, he was. Oh.
Who's that hot girl in it? Jennifer Connelly's in that too.
Jennifer Connelly, yeah. But I don't remember the guy. Who's that guy? Anyways, get in the comments. Let us know. I mean, he's a fantastic actor. He's been in so many things. All right, so they want to do a 90s themed party.
Now, this is odd. Let me give the wording here, Dylan.
Teenage shows.
Okay. It's a 50th birthday party for Jackass Jason.
Yeah.
He's turning 50.
Right.
His request is a teenage shows from the 90s theme. Okay. Doing some math here. Jackass Jason, was in his 20s during the 90s. Almost all of the 90s. Sounds like a real creepo to me.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a 24-year-old man sitting around with nobody by his side, watching Saved by the Bell, thinking one day I'm going to open up 7 strip clubs. And that's why he doesn't have any friends. He's a piece of trash.
Hey, Jackass Jason and Demon Don, why don't you come on our podcast and explain yourselves? I know people that you know are listening to this podcast. Probably you're listening. Come explain to me why you think it's okay to talk to people this way, you scumbags.
Okay. All right.
I dare you.
So,
Should probably get Patrick. Patrick, first off,
it's Patty.
it's Patty, and it's old Patty, okay?
It's actually old Patty. You bitch. Okay, so I was going to say, these sea rats need to fucking figure out how to work ahead of time. I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, how did The Simpsons do it, right? You're animating, you're storyboarding, you're writing. These sea rats can go, hey, we've got a charter coming up where we have to stage a music festival on a dock. Maybe we take care of that a week in advance?
Maybe. My wife works for like a very high-end clientele, and they will say, we need a belly dancer and we need an entire party set up for 100 people in our backyard. And my wife will go, when? And they'll go Thursday.
Yeah, and it's Tuesday.
Yeah, and my wife has to figure all
Now, the
that
belly dancer, you can find those anywhere.
out. Oh, yeah.
They're all over Los Angeles. Whether or not the high-end clients would consider them a belly dancer is, that's a problem you have to, bridge you have to jump off when you get to it. But yeah, they're all over Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's hard to pull this all together in, 24 hours?
24 hours.
Yeah.
So we get to the nighttime, and Jess says that her move is to take people into the bathroom. Start calling her Jess the janitor. You know what I'm talking about? Weird.
Janitor Jess.
Frasier gets some golden voice gay that he hooked up in the past to pull through, or so I thought. And he sits down with Anthony, who says that it's difficult to sit with Frasier because he didn't protect him.
Still holding a grudge.
Here's the thing with Anthony. Anthony is very, very sweet. He's a soft guy. The world just eats these people.
Yeah, it does.
I mean,
it does.
My goodness gracious.
My wife said of our son, she goes, honey, you'll make sure he's not a punching bag, right?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I watched a show called Below Deck. There's this tool bag on there called Anthony.
Well.
His uncle banged his wife. I'll never let that happen to poor
Well,
Quinn.
I mean, he's a sweet guy.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he's a sweet guy. But yeah, Anthony, there's no love and war in sea rats. Okay. The event planner gets there, and I actually don't think that he turns out to not be the golden voice gay that Frasier hooked up with in the past. The event planner is somebody who just appears out of nowhere who says, I can get you a live band tomorrow. Are we talking about like the wedding singer? Like who is going to be performing at this music festival?
Can I say this? As I was hearing this preference, and then I was seeing like Fraser try and figure it out, because I love this stuff. I was thinking my first move is I'm calling all the local bars and seeing what cover bands they have.
Yeah.
I'm calling a stage company to get the stage out there. How much is that going to cost me, right? I might have to hire some security. Who knows? Then what you do is you go to the locals and you go, hey, free fucking ice cream if you show up to this thing. You pack the place.
Right.
I got all these ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's no free ice cream. But when they get there and they see the Neil Diamond cover band on stage, they're going to be like, what ice cream was promised to me? They're going to be having such a good time that they'll completely forget that their entire purpose of being here is a lie. That's the kind of party that old Patty would throw.
Dill, did you ever do extra work?
No.
Here? Okay. So when I first moved here, I thought I'd hit the lottery. I signed up to go sit at like a game show.
Yeah.
And lunch was a table with Wonder Bread on it and peanut butter and jelly jars.
Sure.
And they told me they're going to pay me $25.
Yeah. I mean, how can you beat that?
I thought I won the lottery.
Yeah. How can you beat that? PB&J's are delicious. Now, it doesn't matter that the other extra they hired is a guy that has fucking pus coming out of him, and he spills a little into the jelly. But $25 and you can scoop around it. I mean, that's how you make it in this town. Fuck, man. All right, so the guests arrive, and they are, to quote Frasier, obnoxious, rude, and classless. They were
certified douchebags.
They were yelling about them being late or something and stepping the fucking shit up or something. And if trucker meth was a group of people, let me rephrase that. If you were just out of the tax bracket of the demo of trucker meth, but you loved it, and you still did it, that's what these people remind me of. So we head out. Hugo's first test. K.O. was a panicky little squirrel. But Hugo is a stick. He's very serious about this. He's very calm. This isn't a difficult thing. We have 5 meters on each side. Let's get through it and freaking party. Frasier heads up to the captain and says, hey, we may have a little bit of an issue here. These people are like if trucker meth was a group of people.
Yeah. I love Captain Carey here. He's like, keep me in the loop. I'll fucking get these people in straight. Yeah. I'll get them in line.
Demanding we can do. Demeaning we cannot.
That's right.
Lunch is served. It's a Greek salad with veal panna cotta and lamb rack. But the important thing is that, one, the veal is overcooked. I don't understand, I don't understand this veal thing. I don't understand this veal thing. We've got 2 babies on the lunch table. We've got baby sheep and we've got baby cow. Mm-hmm. And I get the impulse, right? Let's serve cruelty to these fucking dirtbags, right? They'll suck it out, right? But
I'm not eating veal.
I'm not eating veal. You kidding me?
I'm not eating foie gras.
Yeah, foie is a difference. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I know, but do you know what they do to those poor geese?
Yeah, but they like it after a while. They do. Geese are sick fucks, man.
Yeah. Is that who bit you when you were a kid?
They're violent. They geese take a defensive posture about everything. And when people get defensive about stuff, birds or people, it's a they problem, right? Because you're triggering something.
All right, Dylan, this just triggered a thought. Okay, so I get fed a lot of videos, mostly animal, because I'm into like great white sharks and stuff. And then a lot of it's like AI, like having a tiger fight with like a anaconda snake or something.
Sure,
I don't know why it's feeding me that stuff.
Yeah.
I saw a video where a goose or a geese, whatever, fucking flies near like what do you call it, where it's a bunch of lions hanging out.
A lion pen.
No, there's a word for it.
A pride.
And they're all there. And the goose is like, hey, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
And the tiger's like, hey, or the lion's like, I'm going to eat your head off.
Right.
And the goose gets in his fucking face.
I'm telling you.
Geese, and they ate him alive.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. And see, this is why they have such a chip on their shoulder. Geese are the honey badgers of the sky. Okay. And, getting back to this, defensive posture that they take, if you get really upset and angry at somebody, you fly at them, begin flapping your wings at them and beaking them in the chest. You have to recognize that what they said is a rhyme in your head, right? Something you hate about yourself has been expressed outwardly by this person, right? So when I throw a rock at you, you've probably wanted to throw rocks at yourself. But getting back to the anaconda, you brought up the anaconda. I watched a video of the anaconda the other day, and I was thinking, what losers these snakes are. They are such gluttons. They'll eat something that's super big all the way, and they can't even move after.
No, for weeks they just sit there.
If they weren't apex predators, and I don't know why the other snakes or predators haven't figured this out. Imagine. You're like, oh, I'm being attacked. I can't even freaking move right now. I got a water buffalo.
That's right. I've seen those videos. You got like some tribesmen coming over, right? But they somehow have an iPhone.
Right.
And they're like, you know what? The sad part is this motherfucker ate our fucking cow. Yeah. The good news for us is I have a machete and an iPhone. I'm cutting this thing open.
Yeah, he can't do anything. And you get the cow out, and it's like, ugh, I'm covered in all this slime. But other than that, I'm fine. Anacondas have a lot to work on.
Yeah, evolution, fuck them.
Okay, so Rainbow kicks Barbara. Barbara is not okay with this. Babs is not okay with this.
Okay, all right, okay. So this was crazy, and this was the most interesting thing that happened at that dinner service. Now, I understand Barb's is pissed, but she's lucky she's alive because the last person that stepped on Rainbow's foot got a battle axe through her orbital socket.
Yeah.
It was not pretty.
And they survived that, and then more came. I can't even imagine what she went through.
You know,
I can't even imagine.
When we talk to Bravo PR, I know we're going to have Captain Carey up soon, but I do want to talk to Rainbow about this experience on that island.
Oh yeah, 100%. So, the guests hit the banana boat. If I was Kyle, I would concuss them. Just saying. And we get to the 90s party. Rainbow and Damo, I love the this isn't happening hallway conversations that they have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Rainbow kind of like manically hitting on Damo via her work ethic, and Damo being like, that's pretty crazy. Carrie in the 90s.
It's not often we get a little C-Rat history from a captain.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is Carrie's past. He had multiple roommates with guitars, and they loved grunge music, and he had hair back then.
Sure.
His hair lasted longer, this is a fact, than most grunge band singers because they're all dead. Lane Staley, Alice in Chains, dead. Chris Cornell, Soundgarden, dead.
Yeah.
Andrew Wood, he was Mother Love Bone. Kurt Cobain, Nirvana, dead.
Famously dead.
Mark Lanigan, more recently, Screaming Trees. That pretty much covers like top like 10 grunge bands.
There's a lot. And
so good for you, Carrie. Your hair
right
lasted longer on your head than them.
Well, grunge is about pain, right?
Right.
So you fly too close to the black pools that we all have access to, and you'll fall in every once in a while. That's what happened to Chris Cornell.
His wife disputes that. Said she had a great last phone call with him, and he was doing fine.
Lauren gives a toast to pussy and gunpowder. Live by one, die by the other. We love the smell of both.
Has her pussy ever been charged with murder? And I don't know how you'd put handcuffs on a pussy. I did not like that toast at all.
No, me neither. And
the pussy would just keep running away.
There are a lot of like standard icks. Like archetypal icks, things that just make your butthole kind of just go, ooh. Mm-hmm. Guys pulling guitars out and singing to people.
Hate that.
Hate it. And these kinds of toasts, they always make my organs move around. It's like to rattlesnakes and condoms, two things I don't fuck with, to gunpowder and pussy, live by. It's like, shut the fuck up. Can you just say, I'm so happy to be here with you guys. We work our tails off, and I'm just so excited for the next couple of days. Like, why do you have to do this goddamn freaking what was that show? What was that freaking show? What do we have to do a Deadwood toast for?
I know.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know. It should have been like, to us living, although half our staff will end up hanging from a tree in Sun Valley. Because that's what happens.
Oh, don't go by that tree, son. Yeah.
Such a sad life.
They would actually, if it was Sun Valley, they'd be hanging from a light post across the street from a tire shop. And neither one of those things are operable. The only thing that's operable in that situation is the fucking rope. Sun Valley is gross.
Oh my God. It's where dreams go to die. And apparently strippers that work at their clubs.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right.
I fucking hate these people. I really do. I thought I hated fucking those porn stars. I really hate these people.
Yeah.
Ole gets turned on by seeing Jess looking like Left Eye Lopez.
Yeah. Lauren gave that toast. And then Dawn says, present, future, swallow. And then starts doing this like, this is another, not quite as archetypal an ick, but the hang on, we're not friends kind of behavior. Mm-hmm. Like if I knew you for 10 years, this would be annoying behavior. I don't know you at all. So what are you doing yelling at me like this? Super bizarre. But we got to get to dinner.
Oh yeah, dinner.
What?
Oh, we get some C-Rat history at dinner. He's in an open relationship and loves
Oh yeah, Hugo.
Oh,
Hugo.
Hugo
We'll learn.
Boss.
We'll learn.
Sorry.
Yeah. We'll learn about him in 1 second. Let's get to dinner first. First course is a seafood paella with sea bass, lobster, and mussels. Now, there are a lot of modern Wiley Dufresne takes on classic dishes. They should have their time in the sun and then be put out to pasture, okay? Now, I'm not saying that we have to live in this world of traditionalism, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I mean, what would we do to enhance a PB&J? Nothing. What would we do to enhance a paella? Be it the socarrat, the saffron, and the beautifully cooked rice. Just put it on a goddamn plate. What are we doing stacking this and stacking that? It's like, my gosh, man. I mean, come on.
That's how they ruin pizza, man.
Yeah.
Well, what's that pizza? Oh, that's a no cheese pizza. No cheese?
Well, a lot of people have lactose.
That's not my problem. A pizza is bread, sauce, and cheese.
Well, I mean, a lot of people do tomato pies.
Okay.
So, anyways, that's the first course. And then we learn that Hugo is in a relationship. Boo. Hit the
But not
brakes.
really.
It's an open relationship. These kids doing this polyamory stuff.
I don't believe
crazy.
this for a goddamn second. And he loves it. No, you guys are friends with benefits.
Right.
Whenever you see each other and the other person isn't with another person,
You bang.
that's right.
Right.
That's fine. But let's not call that a relationship.
No. I would say no. The birthday cake lands, and this guy, I mean, these people are so fascinating. This is a guy who watched Saved by the Bell religiously when he was 25 years old. He throws the birthday candles off the cake.
Oh, no.
I've never seen a human being do that in my life.
It's below him to actually have to blow on the cake.
Shirking the convention completely. Just not having time for it. It was absolutely insane.
I want to say this about Demon Dawn, too, because you touched on her giving Rainbow a hard
she
time.
starts acting like a grumpy goose.
Okay. First off, Dawn, you're trash.
Uh-huh.
And you should know this better than anybody. Don't ever fuck with food prep people. Rainbow's going behind a door that you can't see, and she's about to bring something out to you.
Yeah.
Watch it. Never mess with food prep people.
And also, you're way too drunk to pick up on any pubic
No.
danger. You can't see straight. We get to bed. Love Island has to clean toilets, and Jess and Selene are still hammering away in that top bunk.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if they're hammering away. I think they're just snugly cuddling. That's how it should. You work your way up to slamming into each other. It's like you cozy up to one of you.
Well, lesbos can't really slam.
Yeah, they bump.
They bump, they rub, and they gyrate.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there are toys you can use and stuff like that. But I think Jess and Love Island are probably up there just, probably just doing circles on each other.
Oh, yeah?
Probably
Nice.
something like that.
Nice. I love what's it called when you grind over your clothes?
The dry hump.
I love a dry hump.
Yeah. Dry hump's nice. Except when you're in, high school and college and you're doing it for such a long time that you actually have a zipper pattern on your fucking, what are we doing? That's crazy, kids.
Fair enough.
Okay. Next day.
Next day.
We've got quiche and we've got a concert that we have to prep. Fraser has to leave the boat to go set this thing up. And it turns out the guy that was just walking by who said, yeah, I can do that, has nothing ready.
I love that he had the confidence to say, because I don't know if he paid him any money up front. I mean, this young event coordinator starting in his business, he's got nothing to learn. He's got to prove himself here. So I think he's going to pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, here's this guy, right? And he's just a bartender. But he sees the live streams of Coachella on YouTube and he goes, one day I'm going to throw a music festival of my own. And here comes Fraser going, can anyone throw a music festival? He goes, what? This is... When the universe gives you doors ajar, you have to kick them open. 5 stars, kind words. Join us at patreon.com/another podcast network. Next week, Rainbow will break down. That'll be fun. We'll see you then. I'm Dylan saying goodbye. Pat, say goodbye.
Later, dudes.